Good morning, folks. We're going to do some more Eberron art this morning. I need a moment to grab my link here to upload the video to the social medias and stuff. Yeah, sound's coming through A-OK, so I'm going to drop that sound down here. If you're new to the channel, I'll be done with recapping, or rather my intro here in probably in about less than a minute, so you can just skip forward 60 seconds and I should be done with it on the other side. But while I'm pressing a bunch of buttons, I'll go through, I'll just do my intro here and say, hello, my name is Phil. I create role-playing games, I illustrate them, I publish them online, and we are creating an adventure for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, 2024 rules that we'll be publishing on the DMsGuild. Once it's completed, I've been hold on, pressing buttons here, good. I've been a DM since 1987. I've been a freelance illustrator since 1999. I've been an Eberron enthusiast since 2004, and I've been creating content on the DMsGuild since 2018. But I haven't published an adventure, and I have not published anything for Eberron. So let's make an Eberron adventure so I can kill two birds with one stone. And that is my intro. We're going to be building monster tokens today. So if you think this stuff is cool and you have a good time, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications when we're live in the future. I am here Monday through Fridays in the mornings, and I do game design on Mondays and Thursday nights and Saturday mornings. So I'm here 8 days a week. Be welcome to check out a bunch of books I've already created on the DMsGuild. They all have my artwork and my design ideas and free previews to make it easy for you to check out. Without any further ado, let's get to work. So this is the book cover we made back around episode 40, and we're now at episode 595. We're making a Specter today. So here's the official artwork of a Specter for 2024. Here's the Wraith that we created 2 sessions ago, and when a Wraith kills something, they turn into a Specter, and there you go. So a Specter is like a lesser Wraith, but it's inverted. So I took this illustration and I inverted it to here. We got purple smoke. That's cool. But this is a general idea. I can build something like this, and I can have with reasonable expectation for it to come out looking something like this if I just invert it. So I think that's what we're going to do. I don't know, maybe we'll play with actually white. That could be fun. Let's give that a go, actually. We got blue going on here, but like usual in this adventure, the color motif is black and green. So all the environment has the manifest zone where the adventure takes place has green fog filling its environment, and the ground gets necrotized and loses all of its life energy and turns into like coffee grounds, this black substance that are basically small crystals that can be harvested and used for necromancy rituals and darkness spells. Let's see. Let's make. How you guys looking over here? All right, let's do something. I'm just gonna start throwing down some line work. And let's just see what comes of it. So I'm just gonna swirl around a little bit, thin that line up a little bit. I figure if I swirl around like this and turn off my brain enough, my muse will generate an image that is interesting, and then all I gotta do is just fill in the gaps. So yeah, this is fairly interesting. Maybe it's something like that. Oops, apparently I've put this on the green layer on accident, so I'm going to... Good morning, Kearney. I'm going to get rid of that, and we're going to put it on a separate layer so that I don't cut through the smoke on accident, but that's okay. We had the idea, we saw it. If it's meant to be, it'll be done unto us again. So let's drop in some of this here. We'll be able to use all these stray lines and grabbly bits to make smoke and the shroud, that the the radiant shroud that seems to be surrounding it. That makes me feel like, the look of that thing makes me feel like it's more of a white energy than a black energy, and I like that as an undead source. It has an ancestral spirit sort of feel, as opposed to, I guess if you're an evil ancestral guardian barbarian, you could have necrotic and like undead creatures that you're summoning from the grave to serve you. But if you're more of a good aligned, I could see the ancestors being white magic. White in Magic the Gathering, the three colors that are involved with reincarnation, resurrection, restoring life is restoring hit points. Healing is white and green. But matters of the soul or spirit or divinity, that's all three of those. That's black, white, and green. So one of the series of books that I created that's linked in my description down below is the color mana spell point variant rules that converts the 8 schools of magic from D&D into the 5 colors of magic from Magic the Gathering, and then provides a spell point system to be able to use mana when casting your spells. So Fireball is a red spell. You expend 3 points of mana, one of which has to be red, and you cast Fireball. When you run out of red mana, you can't cast Fireball anymore, even if you still have 3 mana. You have to have at least one color, one mana devoted to the color of the spell. So it creates a bottleneck for casters to manage their pool. You could have a loose magic system where you just have a pool of points or spell slots, and when you cast the spell, you just say what color magic you're using to cast the spell. Or you could devote each spell to a specific color and then create a color identity for yourself. Like Boros is red and white, and then you'll only cast spells in the identity colors that you've chosen, but you could research spells to take on an identity that you could, what's the word I want to use? You can research a spell to devote it to the color that you want, if it isn't naturally devoted to that color anyway. So if you're a Golgari character that's into black and green magic, and you want to cast Fireball as a wizard, but you want to stay true to your color motif, then you can just research Fireball to be the color that you want. But until you do, you could prepare it twice as its natural colors, and then you can prepare it again to change the color to the color that you want with the second preparation. Or if you're playing a Theros campaign, once your piety gets high enough, like a Fireball is a 3rd level spell, if you have 9 piety in one of the gods that is devoted to red magic, they can grant you that spell in red magic. It's just a perk that you get. Choose a spell, it's now the color of this god. Like Eros is white and red. So when I get to, actually I should probably leave that filled in. Yeah, I'm pretty good with this. I like this general look. I think we can make a cool little face here. This should go by pretty quickly. And then we'll just move on to the next piece. So we've got a number of monsters that we're building tokens for. We had done a series of tokens earlier in this series, but some of them, like the Specter, we never got around to doing, so we're doing it now that we're at the end point of creating the adventure. I got to get all the final assets finished off so that we are ready to go. And how's that looking? I like that. That's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna keep filling stuff in like this. I think I can. It's such a simple color palette. I'm just gonna run with this and see what comes about. That looks pretty good. I like what that's doing. I wanna extend that down like a shroud here. No, let's get our guitar pick. That's a better smudge brush. I have two types of smudge brushes that I use. This is a guitar pick, which is pretty good at pushing pixels, and I've got a cloud brush, which is good at dispersing pixels. So I'll use the cloud brush when I want to make hazy smoke effects, so like clouds and shit. And I like to use the guitar pick when I want to push pixels around. So right now we're going to push pixels around, and then later on we might smudge them in to make them more of a shrouding effect. But for now, I want to be able to easily push these pixels into place. And we're just going to use the eraser here to carve away the negative space. That'll create the skull. Oh, that's a good looking skull. I'm really liking this. Cheers to us, y'all. Thing that in, and I can cut that line there to make it stand out, and then we can start whittling in its vertebrae. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna disperse this a little bit. Nice. We'll do more of this shroud work, but we'll do it in a separate layer. I can get away with it in one layer here because it's helping define the shape of the skull, and it's useful to be in this layer, but the rest of the shroud will be backdrop, like around here in the background. So I'll put those in a separate layer so that we can give it proper attention without disturbing the rest of the form that we're working on. But this is gonna work. Nice. That's my 20-minute timer to make sure I stay on task. I only have I woke up late. So I don't have as much time as I normally like to have in the morning. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be heading downtown. Once a month, I go downtown to spend a day in corporate office to do corporate activities. And when I do that, I leave so early that I can't do my streaming at my normal morning time. And I don't think I want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do the 2-hour stream before going into the day of work. So I won't be here tomorrow, but I'll be back on Thursday morning like this to pick up wherever it is that we leave off with this in the next hour. Though this could legitimately be done in the next hour. Now we're already making so much progress on this. This could just be one and done. And if that's the case, we'll just, whatever the next token is, we'll just pick up the next token and start running with that as well. And then Thursday night will be a game design night as well. So we're currently creating the Spelljammer Eberron Asteroid Belt Orbital campaign. And that is coming along very, very nicely. Saturday morning, we'll be continuing to work on the Martial Power System. We're going to refine some of the color mana mechanics for the Ranger, as well as dive a little bit deeper into the Beastmaster template, companion template, because I want to convert the Drake Warden into just an option that the Beastmaster has. Like, I want the Beastmaster to choose a Drake if you want to have a Drake companion. Otherwise, it's gonna be a wolf or like a bear or whatever you think is cool. But we're gonna have to rebuild rebuild the. We're gonna have to look at how the current companion template is built and how we can integrate drakes and dragons and stuff like that to have a wider variety, so that like we could have like chimera or displacer beasts or whatever. I want to put a CR system into place for the type of companions that the Beastmaster can summon, and then export that as a martial power, so that anybody that's willing to sustain mana can have an ally with them. So it's going to be a little bit of work to figure that out, but I think we can get there. We'll have to look at special abilities and stuff and see if there's a CR formula we can build in that scaled with levels. Okay, great. So that's looking good so far. And Earth, let's back that off a little bit. A little too broad for what it is that we're doing. I'm gonna loop cut through here. I'm gonna bring this in. Oh, this is gonna work. And then I'm gonna grab down through here and bring that in. And now I need to resize this forearm limb. Retransform to bring that down. What does this button do? Yeah, I'm good with that. I'll probably have to flatten this a little bit. That'll end up looking good. Cool. Okay, great. So this is where we're at. So I guess let's keep swirling stuff into existence. We'll just we'll spin this into being. Cut paste there. Transform. Give that a tilt. That looks good. Does it have drape? Yeah, it has drape. I like that. Let's do like this. I'm just gonna smudge this stuff around and just make a mess and see if something cool comes out of it. This is what my heart tells me to do. I call her my muse. My muse has been whispering to me. We're very, very close to being done with this adventure. I'm super excited about that. I've been working on this adventure. I've been streaming production of this adventure seriously for almost 600 episodes now. That's 600 days of me streaming. Not to mention all the time that I spent off stream building assets as well. This adventure is like a lot more work than I expected it to be, and which is fine. It's a learning curve. I've never made an adventure before. This is certainly giving me the high end of like how ornate and involved can an adventure get. I understand why there would be potentially multiple people working on an adventure at the same time to get it produced in any kind of efficiency. So mad props there to people that make adventures. It's inspiring me to get better at making adventures, which makes me want to make one-page dungeons. And with this 16:9 format that I use, that one page is pretty easy to drop onto a tablet. I'm actually really excited about the prospects there. But I don't think I would be able to do something concise and simple if I hadn't done something so ornate and in depth as this. So I do not begrudge the process at all. I recognize what it is doing. For my skill set, I have to best way is to throw myself off a cliff and see if I can fly, you know. And it looks like we're going to touch down for a safe landing with this. But I'm excited about the prospects of continuing to use this this page format for one-page dungeons. That just sounds fun. So I'll have to come up with some concepts and see what we can do to build that out. What could we accomplish? We'll see. And, you know, it's undead, it's wispy, so I don't have to be crazy perfect with the ribs or anything. I can just hint at the anatomy, and then add in shroud, and it'll be fine. So this is a really easy piece to pull off. I think the smoke in the background, the green backdrop is doing total work in this piece for us. Really allowing us to frame all this together really nicely. Hey, what's going on? Hey, D. It's good to see you, my friend. Drop that in there like that. There, that feels pretty good. Flesh that out. The Specter's looking pretty good. Let's just further define his spine here, going down towards the base, and then we can blend out and just fogify the tail. What is up, my dude? Reminds me at this stage of the drawing of the old ghost librarian. Hey, right on. That's so fun. Yeah, this is our reference here. So I went with the green, obviously, instead of the pale blue. So we'll have fun adding in some drapery in here, but I want to just fade out the base similar to this. Funny that the wraith, which is a black shadow creature, when it kills things, it creates a specter, which is like a radiant form. I don't know if that's an intentional variant, or if it's just a factor that art direction didn't care about in particular. I honestly don't know, but I think it's interesting. I'm gonna add some radiance here. Transition from clear anatomy into the smokiness. There we go. That should work. Just cut that loose there. Bring that in a little bit, and I'm just gonna blur along. I'm just gonna follow on these lines here initially, and just see where the muse takes us. But sensibly, we'll have shroud that blends from behind the body into the tail that we're creating here. I don't think I like that draping. Let's bring that in a touch. Here like that, just washing away any of the line work. And I think we're gonna add a separate layer behind this for the shroud, and then we can just have that blend into this tail effect that we've got going on. So I can hint at the hips here. Without being too clear in its definition. That. There we go. That's fun. So I'll be MIA tomorrow, going downtown to do my once a month visit to the office for corporate stuff. So I have to catch the bus at 6:30, which means that that's like right now tomorrow. So I won't have time to stream in the morning. But as soon as I return, I am going to attempt to create a edited, like a produced video of something. And I'll have a full month to figure out what that something is. So as soon as I get back from downtown, I can start scripting out, recording, and whatever else it is. It's probably just gonna be me. It's probably just gonna be me talking at the camera. Let's be real. But I'll have something specific I want to talk about. Like I have a number of videos. I have a specific talking point that I walk through, and so I'm going to start doing one a month. And I'm going to plan on publishing it the day that I go downtown. I don't stream in the morning to be my substitute teacher, as it were. So that's the idea, and I figure at such a slow tempo, I can talk about something that I really enjoy, and I can take time with it. It doesn't have to be a big to do, but it should be a slow enough grind that it won't get in the way of me doing other stuff. And with the Eberron project, this Eberron project coming to a close, it's creating space on my workbench that I can reconfigure how I'm doing things. I looked into Shopify, and Shopify costs $30 a month right now, and I have so many subscriptions right now. I'm going to think about just start putting stock art on my Patreon. I can't directly link my Patreon to YouTube, but I can certainly have it linked down below, and I think that's something else I want to get into. Hey, good. This is starting to look pretty good like that. I like it. What's the time zone here? I'm in Seattle, which is Pacific time. Let's do this. Take that back. Let's do this. It's UTC -8 is where I'm at. Yeah, I could do that. Let's just, I'm just gonna fill this in a bit here. See what it comes of it. Trust the muse that she knows what she's talking about. She led us here. Let's see where she wants us to go. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna end up looking pretty good. take this whole assembly and push it up a bit, so I have a little bit more space. I like how that dross is dropping through here. That's really, really cool. Son of a bitch. Wrong layer, Kearney. There we go. Hey, what's up? Your muse is telling me to tell my muse that she should have right on, like the librarian. I think that jives. I think we can get into that. I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Do something like that. Let's blend this in. Yeah, I think some floaty hair would look really good. Yeah, but actually the picture that I have in mind is the one, that astronaut lady in space with her hair all over the place. Yes. But yes, I am jiving with you completely. Let's see if we can make this work. That's fun. What's up? Come to learn that what I think you'll be okay with in your drawings. I think that it's actually a really big compliment, because what I'm doing is leading to very natural, almost trope-like imagery conclusions. So that makes me feel like I'm on the right path with the work that I do. Should be what, 40 minutes left? Yeah, 40 minutes left. Well on our way to having this piece finished and just moving on to the next one. Onesie dunsie, you know? This is really fun. Hold on. Except that these guys are military. I can't have a bunch of wavy hair around because they would have a shortcut hair. So, but I can still have like crazy radiance coming off from around its head. That still jives. So we'll do that. Sorry, I have to override that. But I agree, it needed volume around its head. So I think just this radiance should work. No, it was a good, but the idea was right. Like there should be some sort of expansion around the head, give it more volume, so it's not bottom heavy, and that was an absolutely correct call. It's just that we had to just go about the hair was the visualization of that volume, but it's the volume itself that it needed, if that makes sense, you know. I feel like I'm kind of talking a little bit of circular talking today, but I'm gonna forgive myself. Do like that. Hey, he's up. Cheers. Drop this down here like that and let it fade out. Kind of want to break that up. Stripe across her like that. That's looking pretty cool. Hey, what's up? Yeah, very much so. That is the reference, right? So we're doing it right. So far, so good. So what? Let's go back to the anatomy and clean up its hands a little bit. Clean that up a little bit. And then cut through like that, and then fingers like this. I see text. Give me a hot second. I just want to resolve this. Resolve the hand. There, what's up? Wispy fingers, hell yeah. And we'll straighten that up here. Drop that in. And there we go, wispy fingers. Yeah, that looks great. Now we'll go back to our draping. Here like that. And then here. I'm not sure where the muse is taking us, but I like her jive, so let's just let her cook. Oh, that's cool. Nice one, babe. I want to leave this void in here. I think that looks cool. Question: if the canvas left arm is front or behind the torso? This one here? Yeah, the angle is weird, doesn't it? It looks like the hand could be peeling backwards like this, or it could be rocking forward like this. I think it's rocking forward. So I need to change the grip on it, but we're snaking our way back around to that limb. But yeah, I agree. It's not the anatomy is not defined well enough to just automatically grok the pose, which means it's poorly constructed pose right now. Needs resolution. Let's put a cut like that. And I like this this outline feeling we got going on as it fades into the, well, as it fades out, I guess. I like that pocket, so I want to try to keep that alive. It's gotta have that, yeah, it's gotta have that blend out. I like that. I see text. Hold on. I'll catch up with you. So let me resolve this smudge here. Cha. No, exactly. We have to, the pose has to be improved so that it reads immediately. We don't want people, we don't want you having your eyes stick on it because you're trying to figure out if it's coming towards me or away from me. That's not the style of illustration. So that would be misflavored. I'm not liking. I don't like this strip in here after all. So I'm gonna cut that free. Have it blend out like that. I think is going to end up working. I want to break up that line. It's a little bit too linear. I want to have it smokier, more dispersed. So I go like this, sweep that in. And we'll build that out a little bit more and then fade it away. I think I like how this is sitting. I'm probably gonna put another layer on for the tail down here. Blend that out. I like the piece though, so leave me alone. Need to stop. Just let you draw. No, you're enjoying it. That's totally cool, and I don't disagree with your calls at all. So we can add this in. I don't think you're interjecting too much. You're just throwing out ideas, and you're probably just enjoying the piece. So that makes me feel like I'm doing things right. Cut that down. There we go. Now we can get back to this hand. So wound our way back up to it. Let's fill it in a little bit better. Here-ish. Fix that. There. I think that's a lot cleaner. Let's hollow out that hand a little bit. Fill it in. There we go. Yeah, that feels really good. I'm very, very content with that. Let's just clean up its bones a bit. I like that dross. Yeah, that feels good. This is too large. Free transform. Shrink that down a smidge. Ah, that feels really good. That feels really, really good. I'm happy with that. All right, and we can be probably done with this shroud, but I think I want to do a second layer of shroud just to have folds. Just more volume. I'm still sussing out what that means. Maybe what I actually want to do is drop the opacity on this layer, and then the next layer that we bring in can highlight. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So we're almost done with this piece. Join the piece, yeah. It is what it is. There, and it's feeling pretty good. Let's drop the opacity on it like we were talking about, and we'll use that as guidance for our next layer. Let's add into the dross. Drop here. More radiance. That feels pretty good. Just add this in here. It's gonna look good. Do we pick up light? And if so, so as a ghost, do we pick up light? What do you mean by pick up? Oh, got it. Like, do ghosts have a surface? You know what? I think if I don't think the radiance that ghosts have, I don't think it's them reflecting physical light. I think it's them projecting afterlife energy. Don't really know though. Never actually seen a ghost. I've seen shadows, but I've not seen a ghost. I like how this is sitting. I'm going to have to add some radiance though to help make sure it's coming across properly etheric. And there, I think I can potentially cause the whole thing to radiate. Let's get that in there. Good. There we go. Blur that out. I see text. What's up? You going, Phil? They keep sending me back. There we go. Sorry, fits of silence here right now. I'm just kind of really into this space. Gotta carve that out. Oh, this is fun. I like this. I like this a lot. We'll billow that out a little bit. Have to get some, probably a little light particulates going here as well, as we did with the Wraith. Let's just blend this in a little bit more, make it a little bit more chaotic. That feels pretty good. I'm liking where this is at. Yeah. Okay. Well. What? 20 minutes left? Holy shit, we got 20 minutes left? We're doing great. Oh my god. I have time to nitpick. I'm going to take a... I've fallen into drinking decaf coffee. This is the 4th cup of decaf coffee I've had since September. And 3 of them have been in the last week. I miss my morning routine of having coffee. I don't miss the need for caffeine. So decaf coffee was the solution. We'll see where that goes. I'm doing all I can to stay away from the caffeine because I've been addicted to caffeine like since I was like 14. Root beer, Sprite. Not a lot of soda selections for Phil. Luckily, I'm a big Mexican food enthusiast, so when we go out, it's most likely going to be at a Mexican restaurant where I can get horchata. Horchata is amazing. What a drink. It just tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk. There's a cereal called Cinnamon Toast Crunch for those that don't know. It's a shitty candy cereal. You get little sugared wafers that you dump milk on. It turns into a cinnamon tasting. Basically, it turns your bowl of milk into a horchata with soggy little squares floating in it to grasp on. The guy that milk is delicious. Just throw out the wafers and just drink the milk. That's horchata. I like that. This is looking pretty good. Let's see if I can bring that in.
What's up? Golf with the hill.
Me too. I've been, like I said, I've been a fiend addict since I was 14. Love this stuff. I drink it black. I drink it fancy, espresso, crappuccino. I don't care. I would just drink it. But it felt weird. I didn't like the feeling I had of not having caffeine. It was like I don't like that addiction feeling. So I gotta fix that. But I missed the taste and I missed the ritual. I feel pretty good about this. What if I duplicate this layer and then filter smudge it? Let's Gaussian blur a bit. There we go. And then let's take this layer, duplicate this one, and Gaussian blur this one as well. There we go. And I can drop the opacity on this one, drop the opacity on this one. And then duplicate this layer and filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Oof. Let's drop the opacity on this one. Feels pretty good. Hey, what's up? Celebrate that, my man. That feels pretty good. Let's grab this and this, and I think I want to drop the opacity on those just a touch to bring out the there. That feels pretty good. And can we get away with? I want to have some of that going there. That feels pretty good. I think I want to have a more tangible shroud here at the top. So we're going to add in a little bit more line work here to blend this in.
What's up? Oh, wow. You're kicking. Mushroom cup. Oh, right on, man. What's up, Mox?
Had to move to mushroom coffee. It sounds like there's a story there. It's good to see you, my guy. There we go. I like that. Oh, God, that's feeling right. That is feeling so right.
we go. God damn, that looks good. Holy shit. A life misspent will lead one to mushroom coffee.
Understood.
Oh man, that feels good. Just a little bit more blending down here into the tail. Nice. All right, I think I can let that. I think I can let that be. I'm pretty happy with it.
Let's just clean up this interior bit a little bit. I'm gonna drop
a layering mask on this so I can fade out the smokiness. I don't want it to be so abrupt. This is a job for Cloud Brush, not guitar picks. There we go. I just got caught up on Stranger Things. I'd seen the whole thing before, but I just drilled through the last 4 seasons. That's quality family time in my world. Fade that out. Like that, and then fade this in. Oh, I can sneak this up in here and cheat away this wisp. That feels pretty good. I like that. I hit save before something weird happens. ttrpg, DMsGuild, they're down. They use Cloudflare as, I guess, as their server, and Cloudflare is just down. Roll20's up, but for some reason, because that uses a different server for whatever reason. But yeah, I check in on DTRPG and DMsGuild every day, and when I woke up this morning, it's just down. They're like, yeah, there's apparently a major outage in South Africa. I don't know why. I guess Cloudflare is based in South Africa. So that's disconcerting. I'll go up here and let's fade this in a little bit. What's up? Dane. That would have made the Indian. Melting water goes a long way from it. And yeah, blending stuff like this takes a little while. It's just basically just scrubbing my brush around the corners until it just blends itself out. A bit of a to-do. I think it was necessary for the piece overall. The actual token I can have separately from this back. I don't need this background on tokens because the tokens are going across colored landscape that'll make the actual skeletal form kind of pop out a little bit. So this is just for the convenience of seeing what's going on here, but the token itself, yeah, that should be better. There, blend that in, and okay, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Specter. And that's such a drab pose. I'm becoming discontent. I like the character, but the pose is looking pretty boring as fuck now. So that's the problem when I rotate through. This happens is I'll have a design or a style, and as I move through the piece, when I get to the back end of the piece, the style or the way that I depict things improves along the way to the point where the stuff that I did early on looks bad compared to the stuff that I did later on. And I'm seeing that here now with this Spectral Knight. So I might have to change that up and make another thing out of it. But technically, yeah, I'm gonna have to call that discontent. So I'm gonna end up messing with the Spectral Knight, but not right now. That's not what I want to do. I've got like 5 minutes left, so I guess when we come back, what else do we have to work on? We've got the Blood Golem. I think I'll work on the Blood Golem next. It looks like it's just a big ooze of undead and necrotic energy that is a boss fight. It's a CR10 boss fight. Big old ooze monster. It spits out ghasts and for like mob ads and stuff like that. It's a proper boss fight. So we'll probably start working on this. I won't be here tomorrow because I'm going downtown, but on Thursday when I'm back in the saddle, we'll probably start in on this. I've got just a moment left, so I'm going to show. I feel compelled to show off what I've been working on. So give me a second while this opens up. This is the other gatekeeper piece that I've been working on. I'll get rid of the layer mask and the text. So this is the piece I've been working on. This is the Nexus, the chrysalis that grows around Solzu while he's using the Eye of Mabar to create the ritual. It creates this gargantuan-sized Evard's Black Tentacle sort of effect that surrounds it, and the Gatekeeper plot hook provides a gate seal runestone, and a gate seal is a large-sized object that basically shuts dead. It basically creates a dead magic zone, or rather, it kills manifest zones. It itself is powerful magic. It drops in, and then whenever it hits the center of a manifest zone, it shuts down that basically, it just destroys manifest zones. So your quest, if you're using the Gatekeeper Druid's plot hook, they give you basically a throwing stone that all you have to do is just throw it within 30 feet of the Nexus, and if it hits, it destroys the Nexus, which basically means you can one-shot the final cluster. But if you get the Eye of Mabar out of the Nexus, if you shatter the crystal, or if you otherwise dispel it, it breaks the ritual. The ritual is ruined, and then the necrotic energy that is left over and gathers. Like if you try to take the Eye of Mabar out of the Nexus, all this necrotic energy that's accumulated forms the Blood Golem that then shambles after you, trying to reclaim the eye, and it'll run out of steam after a while if it doesn't kill you first. So you can play keep away, or you can fight it, your choice. But if you walk away with the Eye of Mabar, the Mabar energy will come for you. So yeah, this is the This is what I've been working on. So it's damn near done. I still need to do some grit on the ground to help lock in the tentacles into the environment instead of having it sit on it. And obviously when I add in the text, it cleaves out some of the piece of it. But the juice of it remains here. I'm pretty happy with it. I like how Soul Zoo's looking. I think that's a lot of fun. So okay, this is what I've been working on off screen for the past week or so. And it's damn near done. I just have to add in some texture on the ground and some Volpina, the crystals and stuff to help ground it into the environment, and then that piece will be done. And then we're running short on things we have to do, so I'm pretty pleased with how this is coming along. Let's crack open our to-do list here real quick, so we can remove the Specter now. But I'm going to add back in the Spectral Knight. Now that we have better language for how the Spectral, we have Wraith and Specter illustrations. I think I can do the Spectral Knight better. I think is what it's going to. But the Gate Seal Destruction, this is damn near done. So I'm going to push this down the line a little bit further. So we have a Blood Golem. Oh yeah, we finished the Shambling Mount, so that's out of here. Blood Golem, Spectral Knight. I have a mob of Sturges I need to illustrate. The Ultraloth Commander, I need a better pose for him. We need to do the Volpina Creeper, so that's 5 creature tokens left to do. I've got a bunch of map and little text fixes to make. So once I finish the Gate Seal Destruction, I'm going to drop down here into my maps and texts and start like adding in the forest map key and like the cemetery key and the gatehouse key. There's some text adjustments that I need to make, so I can start doing all of this stuff off screen in the evenings, and then save the rest of these tokens. And then we have the little corner bits that need fixing, like some sort of texture or little spot illustration or vignette or like a doodad or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but these little corners on these pages need dressing of some sort, so we'll fuck around with that. So what is that? 7 things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things there. We have 5 tokens left, so that's 14 illustrations. Like, I don't know what these texture things could just be like some crystal grit or like a splatter of blood or I don't know, like half a skull. I don't know what they're going to be, but they'll be little things, like nothing to break my neck over. So we've got 5 actual illustrations that I want to resolve in the monster tokens. I've got these texture spots that I want to do. I'll have the Gate Seal finished tonight, so then that means that in the evenings and on the weekends now I can focus on the map keys and resolving the text. And once I have those stuff fixed, I can start hyperlinking the whole document. And once I get the maps put into place, I can start building the hyperlink mesh over the map, so that when you look at a room, if you click on a room, it'll take you to the page where that room is at. We'll start building. I suspect we're going to start building out all this stuff this weekend. And that probably means that 5 illustrations, 2.5 per week. That means that by the end of November, we'll be done with the monster tokens. And we'll be starting in on the little texture vignette things, which means that we'll probably, if I can spend just one day, like an hour or two on each little texture corner, that's 9 days that we can get those resolved. Which will take us to around December, probably like around December 12th. And then I'm going to pretty much be out of art assets. So that means that I can start assembly work, which means that there's a strong possibility that this is going to be done before the end of the year. I've got a whole week off between Christmas and New Year. So if any straggling bits that's left undone, I can get finished during that time frame and have it done by New Year's, but possibly before. So we're super far down the pipe on this. It is really swirling down the toilet, and so yeah, almost done. But that's it. I gotta go. I'm out of time. I will see you guys on Thursday. I'll be back Thursday morning to continue our artwork, and I'll be back on And then Thursday night we'll continue the Spelljammer adventure design for the Mecha Kaiju Bastion machines, and that's it. So I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on the other side. See you later. Oh, thanks. I really appreciate the compliment. Yeah, this was a fun piece to do. A lot of fucking fun to build. So it was really complicated, so I wanted to mess around with it offline instead of online, where I didn't want to bash out everything. Anyway, that's it. I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you guys in the future.